In this case, we witness a custody and child support battle between Mr. Williams and the defendant. Williams, a barber, has gone to court seeking child support from his ex-partner, an exotic dancer, claiming he is overwhelmed by the responsibility of raising his two young children. The defendant argues that she provides for her children in her own way, but Mr. Williams insists that she is not contributing enough. Let's delve into the details of their emotional and heated dispute.
And so, like I said, we've been together for about 10 years now. We got an 8 and a 5-year-old, and she's never there to take care of them.
I'm there for my
kids. I can't even do what
Excuse me, ma'am. Let him speak, and then I can assure you I'll get over to you. And do me a favor, you're making me dizzy, rocking back and forth. Yeah, I know you're probably nervous. You know, everybody nervous when they come to court.
Yes, ma'am.
And you probably nervous looking at me. So it's okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so children are 8 and 5.
Yes, ma'am.
She was working as an exotic dancer.
Yes.
You're an artist. You all live together.
We used to.
Yes.
All right, so hold on.
Sorry.
How long ago did you all stop living together?
We stopped living together about, I want to say, 3 years ago.
All right. And where do the children live currently?
With me.
Mr. Williams explains the situation. He and the defendant were together for 10 years and have 2 children, ages 8 and 5. They separated 3 years ago, and since then, the children have lived with him full-time. He claims that the defendant only sees the children for a few hours a week during their days off and provides minimal support. According to Williams, her career as an exotic dancer is one of the reasons her relationship fell apart and why she struggles with parenting responsibilities.
And they've been living with you for the past 3 years?
They've been living with
okay.
me. She comes at 2 times of the week, take them to the park. She's taking them to get a kid's meal, but I'm the one that's got to deal with the harassment because
I got to do what I got to do.
What?
Ma'am, what is it with today? Everybody want to interrupt each other.
I'm so sorry.
Don't be sorry, just don't do it. It's that simple.
I got you, Your Honor.
She's coming in with a kid's meal, Your Honor, on Tuesday and Wednesday. I'm doing the bond for my daughter on Thursday.
Okay.
You know, and getting them ready for school on Friday. And so that's what the problem is. Like I said, we just can't even stay together no more. And that's why I brought her to the court.
Okay. So you're asking for child support, health insurance. What health insurance do you have for the children?
I don't have any health insurance right now, Your Honor.
Okay. So are they on Medicaid?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Is there anything else you want me to know before I move over to Mom?
Well, the kids are getting harassed in school right now.
Why are they being harassed?
Because she's stripping, Your Honor, and everybody knows it.
Despite his complaints, Mr. Williams makes a formal request for child support and health insurance, noting that the children are on Medicaid. He considers that the defendant's limited involvement with children is hindering his ability to provide for them. However, he is frustrated by the lack of financial support and what he considers the defendant's failure to help him care for his children. But how much does the defendant really contribute?
Okay, we're going to use exotic dancer because that's what she said her profession is.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And I think out of respect, you should refer to it as what she calls it, okay? It's her career, it's what she does. So that's what we're going to refer to it as, okay?
Yes,
So
Mom.
the children are being made fun of at school because of what Mom does for a living.
Yes.
Okay, she was doing that when you met her, right?
Yes, she was. Like I said, they was playing me in the club. And she's slowing me down, Your Honor.
How's she slowing you down? What you mean by that?
She's slowing me down because she's not taking care of the kids. She's popping in and out.
But how does that slow you down exactly?
It's slowing me down because I had a career, Your Honor.
Oh,
and
I see what you're saying.
I love barbering.
Okay.
But they gonna learn how to barber with me because they up there with me all the time. I need some help.
Now it is the turn of the accused. She argues that she takes good care of her children, but disagrees with Williams's version of events. She acknowledges that she only sees the children 2 days a week, on her days off, but insists that she gets involved in their lives when she can. She works hard and believes that Mr. Williams is exaggerating her complaints. She defends her role as a mother, even as she navigates her career as an exotic dancer.
That's why we're here, yes, ma'am.
Okay, and they go to school during the day, right?
Yes, ma'am.
But on the weekends, they're with you. at the barbershop.
Right. She gets them on Tuesday and Wednesday when she's off, but that's not enough.
Just Tuesday and Wednesday?
Just Tuesday and Wednesday.
They don't spend a night or anything like that?
Kids meal and park.
Okay.
Kids meal park.
That's what you're gonna.
Excuse me. No, that's not what we're doing. You're not gonna interrupt anymore.
If I'm lying, let them know if I'm lying.
You're not gonna interrupt anymore. That's what we're not doing. Okay.
I apologize. I'm so sorry, Your Honor.
Stop apologizing because you keep doing it. Just don't do it.
Okay.
All right. Now,
You know I'm telling the truth, y'all.
is there anything else you want me to know about the facts of this case? Not necessarily what she thinks or anything like that, because that has nothing to do with what I have to do up here.
No, Your Honor.
Okay, so I can move over to her. Now it's your turn.
Yes.
The judge brings clarity to the situation, noting that the defendant only spends 2 days a week with the children, leaving Mr. Williams with responsibility for the remaining 5 days. The defendant claims that she buys the children's meals and takes them to the park, but the judge notes that most of her care falls on Mr. Williams, who also covers their school needs. This leads to a conversation about financial contributions, which becomes even more complicated when the defendant reveals that she earns $180,000 a year, but has not been providing any direct support to Mr. Williams.
Hello, Your Honor.
Hi.
Yes. So I am here. Not really sure why, because I take very good care of our children.
Well, you do know why. He just said he wants some help. You slowing him down. Mm-hmm. He can't cut hair the way that he needs to and make the money he needs to because the children are always with him.
I mean, they're not always with him. I do get them on Tuesdays and Wednesdays on my off days. That's something we agreed to because I am bringing in.
Hold on. Let me just clear something up. Those are only days you get them, right?
Well, like full time. I see my kids all the time, but on full time, from sun up to sundown, they're with me on Tuesdays and Wednesdays.
How many days in a week?
There's 7.
All right, so you see them 2. So 5 is majority of the time that they're with dad. So
well, I go over there and I check on them.
Or am I missing some days?
No, Your Honor, you're not. But I go over there and I check on them, but they do stay overnight with him on those other 5 days. I have them on the days that I'm fully off, and I can tend to them and get them that meal.
The defendant becomes defensive when asked about her earnings. Despite having a significant income, she insists she is already supporting the children when they are in her care. However, she does not seem willing to provide any direct financial support, arguing that her career should not be scrutinized. The judge, however, points to the reality that their financial contributions are insufficient and that this case is about the needs of the children, not their personal decisions.
Meals that they like and take them to the park. But I have to make money.
So he was telling the truth.
Well, not fully the truth, because I mean, you know, he's acting like I'm not there for him. He's complaining now. He didn't have any complaints whenever we got together.
We just established you are not there. They're with him 5 days a week. Excuse me. Mr. Williams, I'm going to tell you the same thing I told her. No interruptions,
Thank
okay?
you, Your Honor.
No, you don't have to thank me because you've been doing it. So, no, that's not what we're doing. It is not to taunt him. It's just to make sure I give him the same treatment that I gave you, okay? Now, he has not been dishonest thus far in what he said because you just confirmed it. Well, you get him on your off days, which is 2 days a week. The other 5 days, they are with him. You do Happy Meals and park. He's taking them to school. He's feeding them. He's getting them dressed for school, getting them dressed for. Are they in any activities?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. After school, my younger daughter, she's cheerleading.
But Your Honor,
are you taking them to cheerleading?
I'm providing for them.
The conversation revolves around the lack of health insurance for children. Despite having a substantial income, the defendant has not provided insurance. The judge is perplexed as to why she hasn't sought private insurance or explored options through her job. The defendant's refusal to address the issue of insurance further demonstrates her disregard for the children's financial needs.
Okay. He's not telling the financial part.
Okay, so let's talk about that then.
Yes.
How much money do you make?
I do very well.
That wasn't my question.
That's exactly what she told me.
Excuse me. I can't, write down very well on the child support order. I need to know how much you make in a dollar amount.
$180K a year.
$180K a year.
Yes.
How much of that $180,000 are you giving dad?
Well, not necessarily giving that, but on my children, because I don't give it directly to him. I take care of my children.
Wait a minute, hold on. The kids are 8 and 5.
Right.
So you got to give it to him. So what are you giving him to provide for the kids?
Well, I wasn't giving him anything to provide for the kids. When I check on my kids, I do for my kids, and I buy my kids
What
stuff.
does that mean?
That means like I provide things for them. I do when they're in my care.
The dispute continues to escalate as both parents argue over child support, with the defendant insisting that she has already supported the children when they are in her care. Meanwhile, Mr. Williams highlights his neglect of his financial duties and his inability to offer constant support. The judge reminds both sides that the case is not about their personal feelings for each other, but about what is best for the children.
That's when I provide for them, but
2 days a week in your care, right?
Well, full time.
We've established that.
Yes.
So what do you do beyond that?
But I can't imagine giving this man any amount of money that I work hard for, and he talking about this stripper, this and that. I'm an exotic dancer, but he didn't have that problem when we got together. And the years that we were together, he wasn't complaining then. But as regarding my children, I take very good care of them. I just can't imagine the hard work that I do. That's why my knee is messed up now, because I had an injury at work. And he knows that. And then he's begging for money. I take care of my children. My children have no wants.
He's not begging. He's not. He is not. He is not begging. He is telling you to do what you should do anyway as a parent.
But you're not in private, Your Honor. He's trying to get back with me.
Here, 1 second. Hold on.
Like,
shh. It doesn't matter. That has no bearing on child support. What he says to you, what he says about you.
At a decisive moment, the judge calls the defendant's attention to wasting the court's time and failing to fulfill her responsibilities. Despite earning $180,000 a year, the defendant has failed to provide for the children in a substantial way. The judge makes it clear that she expects both parents to contribute to the needs of the children and that neglecting their responsibilities is unacceptable. The issue of child support will be addressed, and financial obligations will be put in place.
Doesn't make any never mind to me. What you say about her, what y'all's conversations are, that has no never mind, has nothing to do with child support,
right,
okay? It's not a but. Let me ask you a question, because I don't want to derail this conversation in this case, because I have some more that I need to get to today. Now, if you're making $180,000 a year, why aren't these children on any type of health insurance?
Well, the profession that I have, there's no insurance offered, and I mean...
Well, it doesn't have to be. You're considered a independent contractor, right?
Right.
That means you can get private health insurance.
Well,
did you know that?
I'm not really sure how to go about doing that.
You can Google and say to the internet how to find private health insurance.
The judge ends the case by issuing a ruling that includes child support payments and clear expectations for health insurance coverage. Both parents are reminded of their duty to their children, regardless of their personal differences. In the end, the case serves as a stark reminder of the importance of co-parenting and fulfilling parental responsibilities for the well-being of the children involved. This case reveals the complexities of co-parenting after a separation. Despite their personal problems, both parents are legally obliged to look after the well-being of their children. In this case, the court has stepped in to ensure that the needs of the children are met and that both parents fulfill their responsibilities. The case highlights the importance of communication, financial transparency, and mutual commitment to the well-being of children. In conclusion, the case between Mr. Williams and his former partner, the defendant, ended with the judge siding with Mr. Williams in the child support matter. The court recognized that, despite the defendant's claims to keep the children on their days off, Mr. Williams was primarily responsible for the day-to-day care of the children and school-related expenses. The defendant, despite having a significant annual income of $180,000, failed to provide adequate financial support for the children or secure them health insurance. The judge criticized her for her lack of effort in fulfilling her parental duties, particularly considering her large income and the well-being of the children. Accordingly, the judge ordered the defendant to pay child support and contribute to the children's health insurance, emphasizing that the responsibility for raising and supporting the children is shared. Mr. Williams won the case, as the court found his claims of inadequate support and negligence valid. Do you think this will be fully implemented? What do you think? Leave us your opinion in the comments. Remember, to learn more about the cases, you just have to subscribe and stay tuned to our notifications. Until next time.